Okay, so let's talk about a controversial topic here, which probably isn't gonna get me any new fans, but I don't really care because there is a highly interesting persuasion lesson here. Now, some New York mom based in Ireland was found murdered. I don't know when. Maybe a week ago, maybe a month ago, as of the time of this recording. Supposedly and allegedly, her migrant boyfriend is accused of having murdered her. Now, I've seen the names of both of these persons. I've seen the names of the now late New York mom. I've seen the name of her suspected I've seen the name of the boyfriend who is suspected of having murdered her. But I'm of course not gonna identify either of them. One, because I think that's kind of disrespectful. And number two, the suspected murderer at this case, is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. That's how this needs to be done. But, emotions are running high. So here's the deal. There is an expression that God had introduced called suicidal empathy, where some of the native people of a country endorse immigrants and poor people coming from third world countries so bad that they leave all their, for lack of a better word, they leave all their skepticism aside. They let their bias cloud their judgment. And it's all about taking care of these poor people because in their minds, in these native born people's mind, the immigrants cannot take care of themselves, which really is the real problem here, and actually racism. I mean, do you think that people are so dumb that they can't take care of themselves? That's kind of racist. But anyway, so these people so the theory is that these native born people of a country allow the immigrants to enter their country, start dictating and imposing their own rules, doesn't want to adapt it to the cultural and societal norms of their country, and gradually they're taking over and they're bringing with them a totally different life, or a different way of life, which leads to gang wars, rapes, killings, murders, etc. There's a lot of immigration problems in a lot of countries, especially in Europe. That's kind of like no secret, and this is part of the problem. Anyway, so getting back to this awful murder. Well, this is if this is true, assuming this is true, and let's be very clear here, assuming that this is true, because the guy is innocent until proven guilty. Assuming that this is true, well then this is a clear example of suicidal empathy, where your empathy for someone makes you actually losing your life. And in this case, assuming it is true, I don't know how many times I've said assuming, but whatever, then yeah, it makes you lose your life. Which also brings me to the real core message here, because this is an excellent example of persuasion using emotion. You're caring so much for somebody that you're flipping your life upside down. Oh, and by the way, the boyfriend is alleged to having asked her for quite a bit of money. Supposedly, he was asking her for $5,700 or something the week before the murder or whatever. Crazy, insane. And yeah, let me just repeat once again, the guy is currently innocent, and until he's proven guilty in court, he needs to be treated as such. However, it goes back to the old saying it goes back to the core message of how emotion rules the day. Because these people are so tremendously emotional about anything that has to do with immigrants and, oh, let's make peace and love, let's allow everybody into our country, and let's put aside all the rules. And then they completely forgot that this was actually what made their country in the first place. Now, I don't want to go down the political rabbit hole here because it's way too deep and way too dark. And quite frankly, that's not what I'm in the business of doing. I'm in the business of teaching you and showing you persuasion and how it looks like and how you can use persuasion as well, how you should use persuasion. The same way in your business to make more sales. Push the emotional buttons of people and see what they can make you, see what that can make them do. Just think about that. If you want to learn more, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.